Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but at least to me, it feels like over the past few years, the gaming industry is leaning in a direction that I'm not exactly very enthusiastic about. We seem to be getting so many games that are over monetizing everything with literal slot machines in some games, and we have things like battle passes or season passes and in-game cosmetics and loot boxes. It's just non-stop, Jesus. And I mean, also, like, everything seems to just be constant sensory overload. Fortnite's fun, yeah, but my god, it's bright colors and loud sounds. And look at Grand Theft Auto Online now. There's neon aliens running around and bashing people's cars with baseball bats, and everything is just constantly over the top and monetized. And I don't necessarily like that. I tend to like slow burn, story driven, open world games. That's kind of like my favorite genre to play, is those big open worlds with lots of stuff to do in them. And it seems like we're not getting as many of those right now, which is really upsetting to me. I mean, EA even said that no one cares about single player games anymore. What? I don't understand. Why would you say something like that? That's such a weird thing to say. That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. EA, what are you doing? EA. Fuck EA. And listen, I'm not saying every developer does this now, but even Bethesda's doing it. And that's scary. They did it with Fallout 76, which is terrifying to me, and it's making me very concerned about Elder Scrolls 6. Now, I'm not talking about Bethesda in this video. I'm not talking about Fallout or Elder Scrolls. I'm talking about CD Projekt Red and their upcoming game CYBERPUNK 2077, which is probably the most hyped up game of the entire year, seeing that the game has been in development for 9 years. That's insane. So there's a lot of hype. There's been so much build up towards Cyberpunk, and I think that this game is incredibly important for the gaming industry right now. So I thought I would do a video talking about why I think that and why I'm so damn excited for the game. So I have a few bullet points here that I want to go over, so let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is something I've already mentioned in this video, which is in-game monetization. Game companies obviously need to make money from the games that they're producing, otherwise they're not making a profit from all their hard work. No one's saying they don't need to make money. I mean, NBA 2K, literal slot machine. The 2K series is insulting. It's a gambling machine right now, and it's sold to kids. That's scary. I hate that the game is rated E for everyone. It's not even simulated gambling, it's real gambling, which the ESRB states means that it should have an adults only rating. Look at games like Fortnite. Now Fortnite, I'm okay with doing this because it's a free-to-play game and they need to make money. They have a battle pass. It's perfectly okay for free-to-play games to do this. But every game's doing it now, even paid games. Look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I live in Canada. AAA games cost $80. That's standard, not $60. So I pay $80 for the game, and then in order for me to unlock content that's already on my disc that I paid you for, I have to spend another $30, and Cyberpunk won't be doing this. That's very exciting to me. CD Projekt Red stated that they're going to be using a system that was similar to the way they handled The Witcher 3. So there's not going to be any micro DLC, no microtransactions, no in-game cosmetics to purchase, but we will have things like expansions that are released down the road that you will have to pay extra money for, but the expansions are actually worth it because they add new areas into the game, they add whole new storylines into it, and I'm perfectly okay with paying money to do that. I have no issue with in-game DLC. I want to make that very clear, if it's actually worth it. So I think the way that they're handling this in Cyberpunk should be a model for how we look at games in the future and say, hey, DLC is okay. You can monetize your games past the purchase price. Make it worth it for the player. Invest them in the game already, make a great game, and then on top of it, add optional deep additions that they can choose to purchase. That's in-game DLC done right. I'm very okay with that. Okay, I'm speaking about monetization, and one company is notorious for this: Electronic Arts. As I said earlier in this video, Fuck EA. EA says that single player games don't matter. But then they released Jedi Fallen Order, and that game has critical acclaim. And Red Dead Redemption 2 had critical acclaim and made an insane amount of money. And Cyberpunk 2077 is the most hyped up game of the year. Single player games do matter. I don't know where they got the idea that it didn't. It's probably just them trying to get people to buy their sports games or Star Wars Battlefront so that they can add more microtransactions. If you're gonna say single player games don't matter, you have to be able to back that up, and you simply can't. If you look at the amount of people hyped up for Cyberpunk, it's insane. People want to get involved into a deep, rich world with awesome characters, great story, and that's what single player games give you. Fallout 76 tried to make that, but with no NPCs, and they tried to do it where every character you met was a real person, and it didn't work at all. Game sucks. Fun fact, I worked at Best Buy a few years ago, and someone came up to purchase Fallout 76, and I actually tried to convince him. He came up and I stood there for a second and I went, listen, can you go back out there, please? Don't get this game. Get Fallout 4. He'd never played Fallout before. I didn't want Fallout 76 to be his introduction to Fallout. I was like, please, go see if you can find Fallout 4. And he couldn't find it, so he had to buy 76. And I feel so bad because I tried to stop him from buying it. Yeah, so my point is, people like story. People like characters. People like open world single player games. Period. Another reason I'm so excited for this, and a reason that I think it's so important, is CD Projekt Red really cares about their games. They've delayed Cyberpunk now because they were concerned about the quality of release. They weren't happy with the product they had, so they said, we're going to delay this a few months. And you know what? People said, cool, that's perfectly fine. We have no issue with that because we can tell it's out of love. It's out of care for the game. I'm just playing Witcher 3 for the first time in anticipation for Cyberpunk 2077 because they're made by the same development company. And oh my god, it's so well crafted, and you can tell that CD Projekt Red really wanted to make this game amazing, and they did because they care so deeply about it. And you're seeing that less and less now. There's great games that come out, don't get me wrong. Rockstar Games makes some amazing games. Bethesda has the potential to make some amazing games. id Software makes amazing games. Doom Eternal is easily one of the best games of 2020. It's one of the best games I've ever played, one of the best first-person shooters. Might be the best first-person shooter I've ever played my entire life. Get back on topic. I want to see more game studios do this. We don't need annual releases for any game series. Put in the love and care that it takes to make an amazing game. And I think the fact that CD Projekt Red is doing this is going to show other game studios that people want this. Like, badly. We really want people to do this, and that's why this video is about Cyberpunk being important, because the way that they're handling this game should be a model for how every game is handled. Doesn't matter the genre. Alright, so I'm recording this section way later in the day. I've been editing this video for hours, and my phone ran out of storage, so I lost the last few minutes of the video, so I'm just redoing my final point in the outro. So, my final point that I want to make about why Cyberpunk 2077 is so important for gaming is because CD Projekt Red is not backing away from controversy, and they're not afraid to upset people by making a mature and serious game. Cyberpunk 2077, it's been made very, very clear that the game is going to be mature. You're gonna see some fucked up things in the game, and it's not really holding back on anything. And if you watch that hour-long gameplay demo that they did, you'll see, you know, full nudity right in your face, and violence and cursing and everything. Now, when things like that are gratuitously added into something and they're not necessary, it takes away from the experience. However, if they're implemented in an effective, realistic, and interesting way that makes you feel more immersed in a world, that's a good thing. And Cyberpunk is no stranger to controversy, and neither is CD Projekt Red. They've had controversy for Witcher 3 about, you know, things involving race. They have controversy with Cyberpunk because of things like customizing your genital size and binary genders and transgender people being used in advertising in like an actual advertisement in game in the world. There's just a lot of controversy around all of the game's mature themes, and I love when things don't back away from things like that, because if you're going to tell someone that you have to make a game like this or you have to meet this quota, you're taking away from the quality of the game and trying to make it more so that they just have to hit all these check boxes of, okay, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, we've got this, no one's going to be upset now. Then you take away from the story, which is problematic to me. I hate when people try to tell other people how to make art. Video games are art. Here's the thing, if you're upset by it, the game's not for you. Don't play it. Problem solved. You don't have to play it. And that point needs to be made very clear. Just because you're offended by something or you don't like something doesn't mean it needs to be changed. So I just wanted to say that I'm very happy that CD Projekt Red is not backing down. They're saying, this is the game we want to make. This is the story we want to tell. And if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. For the people who do like it, enjoy. I love that. I have a lot of respect for that. And especially in today's climate, I think it's important for not just, the video game developers, but anyone who's creating. Don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't create. People don't have to like it. Not everyone's gonna like it. But you don't have to listen to the people who try to change it. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this video. CD Projekt Red has an upcoming Night City live wire event coming up on June 25th, which I'll be live streaming here on the channel, so you can come hang out with me and watch it here if you're interested in doing that. I'm very excited for that, see what else they have in store. I'm going to be pre-ordering CYBERPUNK as soon as I go back to work, which I'm doing this week, and I can't wait to play the game, man. I have a Twitch account now, STIRKYN. You can find that. Watch me live stream. I've been live streaming pretty much every day. I have a Discord server. Both of those things are in the description below now, so you can just click those links, head on over there, follow me on Twitch, join the Discord server, come and hang out. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, like it if you loved it, and share it around with your friends, your family, your pets, and the tree next door. Alright, hope you all have a fantastic day. Everyone please stay safe. The climate of the world is crazy right now. Things are scary, it's weird, and I will say now that I do stand, I stand with the peaceful protesters, and I think it's very important that the things that are being said right now are heard. So I just wanted to mention that because it kind of felt weird to make a video and not mention how batshit insane everything is right now. All right, everyone stay safe. Hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.